Who makes more mistakes, losers or winners? Hello friends, I'm Burak and I'm searching for developer stories all over the world. Today's guest is Luca. One of the projects in the university made him join the startup community. Moreover, he launched more than 30 apps in the Android and App Store. Let's listen to the story together.
So in reality, quite late because I studied during high school. I studied scientific school. So I never code. I never studied anything apart from some math, some chemical stuff. So I arrived around the last year, and I said like. Okay, now I have to choose what to do during university, and I was quite confused and stuff like that. So I think, as the most of the people, I don't know, the majority at least, I was like quite nerd, like playing video games and cracking video games and stuff like that. So you like normal use of the laptop, and I start to say, okay, what about being a developer, a software developer? So I start to search a little bit. I did a little really base course of was like C, something like that. And I said like, it's interesting. There is a lot of logic. I checked also the university was like half developing, half math. And I said like, yeah, why not? Something like that. So I jump on that. The first year was quite tough because also the first year of computer science in my university is quite tough because they want to like basically remove the people that are not interested in. So it was quite tough. But then I start to realize, okay, I can do it, and I start to love it more and more. And at the end, I found my side, my life, basically. Yeah.
What obstacles did you face while improving yourself in the tech field?
Okay, so I think one of the most difficult parts was like finding which category of developing and of coding, like which language was more for me, what did I want to do, and so like finding so many parts like backend, front end, and all this stuff, all the languages. I was like, okay, where I'm going to go, no? So I decided to go initially with the mobile, also because I started the project I'm currently working. So yeah, I think that was a quite big like headache at the at the beginning. But and another one is like, yeah, finding where to study, like, okay, during university you have all the courses and stuff, then you enter in the real life and you have to find, okay, I need to study from here, from there, read a book, do a course, like to always improve and try to be better.
I think the one you mentioned is very critical, choosing what you want to focus on. And you already launched over 30 apps in the Android and Apple stores. And what were the facts that made you focus on more mobile development?
So basically, I met my co-founder during university, and one of them, the CEO, proposed us to do this project. At the beginning, was a project like a university project, and he had this idea of building an app. So we said like, yeah, let's try. So we start like jumping on there, starting to coding, like the classical mistake of the startups at the beginning, especially if you are technical, you start to code and that's it, without knowing what you are doing, basically. But yeah, so we start to create our app. So I knew Android, so I said like, okay, let's start with Android development, and we build a product, like quite bad product at the beginning, and we said like, yeah, let's continue. So in that situation, I said like, okay, we are doing this project, we need to do mobile development, and of course also backend and stuff. So basically I didn't choose like properly. To be honest, I wasn't already interested in mobile development, using like cracking also on the mobile phones and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's let's say that moved me in that direction, and then I really go deeper with that, and now we even changed the stack, so we throw everything we did, and we start again in React Native. So right now we are not anymore in native, but we are cross-platform. And I'm really happy actually to left Android, because yeah, I don't know if you ever tried to code in Android, Java, and this stuff. Let's say that JavaScript is easier and faster. I don't know.
You're working on the project Dairy.
Yeah.
And previously, I think there was another project, Sweetie. I think those names are so spectacular. Like, you chose them intentionally, properly. And what went wrong with that project?
So Sweetie is coming from properly our experience from the university. That was the project. That was also the project that moved us in London, because now we are in London from Italy. We moved all three co-founders here in London to make our startup. What went wrong? Basically everything. Like there was anything properly going, like we were like super inexperienced as entrepreneur. We never talked with any user. That is a big problem, because if you don't know what they want or what they need, you can't build a product. So we start with the idea that we had, that was creating a mobile a chat platform like WhatsApp, for example, that even there, if you think is quite crazy, okay, why do you want to create a new chat messaging platform? But just focus on the couples. So the idea was to you send messages and you can save directly super fast with a hearting beside the message, and you can save the pieces of conversation that was more interesting. And like Deary is like a kind of pivot, a movement from that idea. So we said like, okay, chat is not going to be like creating a proper chat is not going to be a really good idea. What we can do, we can take the messages that already people sent. Yeah, okay, we know about machine learning and artificial intelligence. Okay, let's create something smart that can find for the user their most meaningful and more important messages they already sent in the past. No? So they have a huge chat history, and with our AI we can extract just the best pieces and propose to the user. So yeah, we are kind of tool, but it's kind of experience, because like with the nostalgia, you can reread stuff you sent in the past, and it's really, really powerful. I think it's really, really powerful, and also our users are saying that. So yeah, at the beginning was chat properly, and then we moved more in another mobile app. But yeah, it was quite connected. It was not properly. Yeah, we did a cut, but was quite connected. The idea was.
I think those projects improved your experience and you know better what to do now in that project. And I hope this project will be more successful and more familiar to all over the world.
Hope so. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, in that period, really, like, you can't say that we wasted time because we were really unexperienced. Probably we are still quite unexperienced. Like every year we say like, oh, 1 year ago we were like so inexperienced, and then we say, yeah, probably next year we are saying the same. You know, like it's a loop. But yeah, definitely we. I think that project made us like make our hands dirty. We say like that in Italian, and so we start to do something. And from there, we start to understand. Okay, this is not the right approach. We need to start to talk with people. You know, like deliver stuff. Don't be scared to make the people trying what we are doing. But we make mistakes in every day basically, but yeah, it's nice because you can improve day by day on the mistakes. And of course now is starting to be the time to try to make less mistakes, because the mistakes means a lot of time that you are wasting. And in startups, you know, like you don't have time, you have to grow, and that's it. So yeah.
Perfect. You mentioned that you moved to England. What is the difference between software engineering in Italy and in England, and why had to move to England for that project?
So we decided to move because we said like, okay, we want to make a startup in the mobile development, so an app, and we thought that UK and London especially was more like a proper environment for to create a startup. Now is quite growing also the startup environment in Italy. But yeah, we said like, okay, let's go there and try to, you know, like to increase all our chance to find investment and stuff like that. We were right and wrong, depends on the point of view. But yeah, definitely here is another world, you know, like we worked for 2 years in the Google for startup co-working, and it's an amazing place. There's a lot of people in the same room working in other ideas. You can talk with them, help each other. You do other projects. You know, like it's probably another environment, like super. I don't know, like super fast and full of people that are, I don't know, enthusiastic. And for the mobile development, for the idea of like, no, the position of as a developer, as a software developer, I think here we have more value here in London. So I don't know, like in Italy, it's still like you are a software developer. Okay, you are like a person that is working in, I don't know, in a factory, I don't know, something like that. Even if you are really specialized. So the position is really another level. Here you are like a doctor, I don't know, something like, not like a doctor, but you know, like the position is higher. Like you say, oh, I'm a software developer. Oh my God, you know, like also the, I don't know, the money, the salary you take, the level are completely different. Yeah, probably here there is more request. I don't know, like, I think that it's completely different.
I understand. Thank you for the answer. And let's go to back to your beginning of your career. How did you increase your technical experience? What was the first client project you did?
So as a first client, okay, so it's kind of funny, like, yeah, kind of funny. I started to work with this company that is called Memorip, that is an Italian startup that they are making a kind of social network for people passed away. So basically, you have your profile, and you have the people, like the profile of people passed away, like, I don't know, some familiar, some people like relative. It's like a kind of digital cemetery, something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you can leave flowers, you can leave some memories, or some picture. And yeah, for them, I did the Android development, so the app. And then I did also a kind of, they had this device that was like kind of urn where you put the ash
Mhm.
inside, and in front of the urn there was like a tablet where there is the profile of that person. So you put it at home, and when someone leave a flower, for example, you see the notification and you see the flower. So it's basically like having a digital cemetery at home. And yeah, was nice. Like I did a lot of experience. Then I start also to do some backend for that project. Was really a nice way to start, to be honest. Yeah.
I see that your life is full of startups from the beginning until now. Probably it will continue like this.
I hope so, really.
What is the most effective way learning something new? How do you learn effectively?
Okay, so usually I start to do it. Like I push myself, I say like, okay, I have to do it. Like you find a way to do it. But it's not, of course, usually always the right decision, because maybe you waste a lot of time because you don't find the right solution, or you iterate and you make mistakes and then you find out to do it. But I really think like books, and I don't know, like even small courses online are really helpful to learn maybe a specific task, a specific, I don't know, like what you want to learn in the specific. And then, yeah, of course, like trying to do it, like I really don't like when I do a course and they say like perfectly what you need to do. Like I like to experiment a little bit, like you have to do this. Okay, I say, okay, I want to do also that. So I try to do it like myself, probably making some mistakes, but like that enter better in myself. I don't know, like, yeah.
It's like they say, don't touch it because it's hot. You just touch
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
It's
In
super
that case, I put my face, like I don't touch, I put directly my face. Yeah.
Can you tell me what is the difference between working in a company and being a co-founder of the company?
So I don't have so much experience in the company, but like talking with my friend and like people that I know that are working in companies, like the difference is like, especially in startups, you need to do what you need to do. Like in my startup, I'm the CEO, CTO, sorry. I'm the CTO. I don't know, like I'm the software developer, then I'm the social media manager, then I'm the people that talk with the users, then I'm, I don't know, like you need to do everything, especially at the beginning, of course. Then in the future, probably I'm going to specialize, but yeah, you need to do a lot of stuff, and that is extremely funny. And like, I don't know, you learn a lot of stuff. And in a company, you have more your task, you have to be more precise, probably you make even better code because you have guidelines, you have deadlines, specific deadlines, like it's more static, I think. But I think can be even nice in a company, because you work maybe in big teams, in bigger teams, because right now we are in 3. It's nice, but you are not in 10. So yeah, I think that is the main difference. In startups, you need to do a little bit of freestyle sometimes and like find solution, like experiment stuff. It's really exciting.
And what do you want to achieve in your career?
Okay, so I would really like to be a really good software developer, but I think in the last period, I've I think I would like to move more also in like managing other people, like being maybe not the one with more skill in the company, you know, for software development, but the one that is like a kind of pillar that everyone can know that they can ask, they can rely, they can joke, because as you understood, I like to joke and be like, I don't know. I would like to arrive to manage other people and create good environments and work together in a good way. And yeah, I think that is more where I'm heading, I guess. But even I don't want to stop to code. This is a topic that we always talk with my co-founders. Yeah, I think I don't want to stop to code, even if it's for other small project or stuff for myself. But like coding, sometimes when I code, I find my nirvana. You know, like you have the headphone, you listen music, and you code. It's nice. I think I would never stop to do it. That.
I have another question related to this. And what motivates and inspires you while working?
I think but for sure, creating something big that is inspiring me a lot because we are quite motivated to build something really big, that big that when you tell to normal people, to other people, they are saying like, okay, you're crazy, and that is what we want. But I think yeah, that is one motivation. The other is like the daily challenge. So yeah, the fact that I have every day something new to do. I have, I don't know, like I have to use my brain to find solution. You know, like every time, like today this was the main problem, tomorrow is completely another problem. So I have to jump on that. You know, like that makes me really, really excited. Yeah, like I think.
You have the daily challenges, and you told me you do development, talking to users, and many things. And how do you manage your time effectively?
So usually, yeah, like the 80% of the time I code. So I make my task. We have a board of all the tasks we want to make. We have another board with all the new feature that we want to implement. So we make priorities. I decide my priorities, but then of course we discuss with the other co-founder to decide. Okay, this really makes sense to do it now. You know, like the priority sometimes changes so fast because I don't know, the day after, I don't know, there is a bug or something, and you need to jump on that. So yeah, the majority of the time I code, I debug, I do tasks like coding. The rest of the time, I try to manage. Usually, at the end of the day, I try to put the social media part, for example, because I think it's a little bit less heavy. And so yeah, I do my post. I try to read stuff to understand how to make growing our community or other tasks, you know, like and yeah, in the morning, at the beginning of the morning, I do like I don't know, like the assistant, like the customer care. So I talk with the people that had the problem. I try to solve the problem, and yeah, that is the routine more or less.
My last question: what three pieces of advice about your career would you give to your younger self?
Read, read and read, for sure. Everything, like from the book to the I don't know, like the guide or stuff like that. Because sometimes I don't know, like to me it happens. You have so much content online that you need to do something. You search Stack Overflow or Medium or this and that, and you don't properly read. You don't focus like 100%. You like scan and you try to understand if that is the what you need, and sometimes like it's a waste of time. That maybe if you focus more, you can save a lot of time and grow faster. And then I would yeah, I think that is one of the main, be focused when you do stuff, like prioritize all the stuff and really focus on what you do. Don't try to jump from one part to the other. Of course, in the startup, sometimes in startup environment, you have to do it. So you have to manage to do it properly.
Thank you very much, Luca. Our conversation, it was informative and also very joyful for me. Thank you very much for
Thanks
your
so much.
answers.
Thanks so much to you.